This one is by it's Tom Segura's "This Is Not Happening." Apparently, it's an overdose story. So, warning: if you have any, issues with hearing about drugs or anything like that, probably click off the video. But yeah, I'm excited to listen to this only because I had a phase when I was like really young, like probably when I was like 12, where I would listen to so many "This Is Not Happenings," and like I've heard so many of them like back in the day. I barely remember any of them, but I randomly looked it up today, and I saw this is one I had never seen, and Tom Segura is someone I not really recently, but more recent than when I was watching the "This Is Not Happenings," actively gotten into him. You know what I mean? For a while, I was into Bert Kreischer, and then he got really annoying. Where I was like, man, his really only story is the machine. No offense, but good on him for making mad bread off that story. Though, I mean, shit. If I could do it, I would. If I could do the same, I would do the same. Can never blame a motherfucker's hustle. Just keep it real. But I am excited to get into this, so let's hit the mong so we can tap in.
Romeo's did you take? So I write JK.
I don't want any of it to be spoiled. Skip. Here we go.
Let him hear it, Ari Shafir.
Seeing Tom Segura 12 years ago, I mean, he doesn't look super different because obviously he's still just a grown man, just a little bit younger, but it is kind of jarring.
All right, let's go back to 1997. Holy shit. And fuck.
He's saying holy shit then. Think about that now. It's 2026 now. Going back to 1997 is almost 30 years, bro. Wow. That's crazy. I wasn't even alive then.
That time flies. And I'm a freshman in college. And
See, he was a freshman in college. I wasn't even a thought. I was not even considered to be born yet. That's insane.
Thanksgiving. Remember Thanksgiving, everybody? That's the first time that you go usually back home. That's your first break in your freshman year. And it's a big deal because it's also like a mini class reunion, right? It's the first time you see everybody that you used to go to school with every.
Alfred, I mean, to me, that's kind of bullshit. Because it seems like that because everyone's in town, but, like, I mean, maybe it's because I'm a little bit bigger-ish town, but, like, you don't really see none of them niggas. I'm not going to cap. I don't see none of them.
Every day, you're
Like, unless I go out of my way to see somebody, I don't see nobody. That's crazy. And I be outside.
back your first few months and everybody's recapping. And the big thing is the next day, the day after Thanksgiving, everybody gets together and parties their fucking balls off while acting like they're a new person. Right?
Blackout Thursday.
So I start off, I find one of the guys that didn't go to school, and he's like, I'm the new drug supplier. And I'm like, I remember you from math. And he asked me what I want, and I'm like, what do you got? And he goes, I have ecstasy. And I go, yeah.
You know, it always is the smart guy in math. Maybe not the smart guy. It's always some guy from math class that's dealing drugs now. It's more fun when it's the smart guy that you're like, man, this what you do now? And you're like, oh, fair enough. Fuck it.
Everyone says, that's fun. Let's try it. And I start taking it. And, I forgot to mention, before I went to college, senior year, I got really into a drug that was making its way, especially through the South, through Florida, called GHB. And I'm sure, I don't know if you know what it is. It's a gamma hydroxybutyric acid. Your body naturally produces it. Sometimes there's some places where they regulate it as an anesthetic, but
See, when somebody starts having to break down the drug facts to me and, like, they got to tell me where it's from and, like, no, the body naturally secretes it, I'm cool off it, bro. You know what I mean? Like, if it's... I'm chill with the weed. I'm cool with just the weed. I don't need I need some hydroxyboxy, something butane. I don't need that.
Basically,
That's some white people shit to the max. To the max.
when you get
And
it,
I know I'm looking a little pale on this camera right now, but trust me, I'm light skinned. Yeah, my hand do look crazy.
somebody made it in a bathtub, and that's the good stuff. All right.
And it gets made in the bathtub. Nah, not my steez. Not my steez at all.
And they sell it to you, and they get it in a water bottle. They also call it the date rape drug. I know I didn't do that. I gave it to myself all the time. And
Niggas just roofing himself. Like that's just a fun thing. Your drug of choice is to roofie yourself. Like, no, I don't roofie other people. It's for me. Yeah, you tripping. I mean, that's obviously, at least that's a better application. People shouldn't be roofing anybody, but I thought roofies just shouldn't exist. I didn't think there was people that was really like, no, I want that.
it does have an amazing effect on sex. On masturbating, let's be honest. On masturbating, I really had some crazy masturbation seminars
Sometimes you gotta lock
as a
in.
senior, and then I passed out, and I'm like, who jerked me off? Oh yeah, it was me. Okay. So
Sometimes you gotta get so fucked up you forget that it was you, so it feels like another person. Gang, it's smart. It's like switching it up. It's like when you always go righty and sometimes you go lefty. It makes you feel like another person.
anyways, okay, so I get the ecstasy into my system, and then I take it. I'd never taken it, so as soon as I take it, I go like, hey man, fucking, I don't feel anything. He's like, you
Hey,
just
man.
took it, man. Like, give it a minute, all right?
Calm down.
All right. So I'm hanging out at this party. We're at a party. Everyone's together. And then we're going to go to a bar. And at the end of the house party, on the way to the bar, I go, hey, man, I don't feel anything. So he goes, all right, when we get to the bar, come find me, and I have GHB. So I'm like, okay.
So you're on ecstasy. Like, I don't feel anything. And you're like, let me take more drugs. Bro, I'd be like, you know what? Let me just call it a night. I don't really want to. I don't think doubling up is the smart choice there, man.
So I find him.
If you're so wired, you take the ecstasy and you feel normal. Maybe you just need to reconsider your life choices. That's just my thoughts. Like, what?
And he's like, all right, let's go to the car. That's always the big move when you go to the car, right? You're like, this is where dreams come true in the car. A drug dealer's car is where it all lives. So I'm expecting what I know, which is a water bottle, and then a dose is the cap. So all you do is you pour the water into the cap and you drink it like that. It tastes like ocean water, like seawater, right? Salt water. And then it's immediate. GHB, if it's good stuff, it's like, we used to call it permagrin, because you just be like, and if
Bro, that should be fun, but it also be kind of scary. It feels like you don't get lockjaw. I've had that feeling off of mushrooms and acid. It's like, bro, my friend Brandon had it too. He literally described it. He was like, I feel like the Joker. I'm laughing, but I can't stop. Mind you, I'm also off mushrooms. I'm sitting there like, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
someone's like, fuck you, you're like, So I'm like, all right, where is it? And he goes, it's right there. And he has a gallon jug, right? And I'm like, wow, that's not a water bottle. He's like, yeah, I haven't even put it into the water bottles yet. That's the full thing. And it's a full gallon. Now, if you think about a full gallon, you know that A, the cap is much different. It's flatter. You're not going to sample. And it's also heavier. So I don't know how to pour it. So he's like, just take a shot. And I'm like, all right.
He just wants to take a whole shot of the... Damn. He's like, I used to water bottle cap. He's like, what? That's got to be like quadruple what he's used to.
So I put it up, and then I go, in my mind, oh shit, I have like 9 shots in my mouth right now. So the
Oh, and then he mouthfuled it.
options are, do I spit it back into the main jug, which I feel like he's going to be like, not cool with that, you know, being that he's a drug dealer and all. The other thing would be spit it out on the ground, and I don't want to be rude, right? So I just go like...
It's already in your mouth, you know. It's already in there. You might as well, you know.
I'm like, holy fucking shit. I have taken way too much GHB. Now, I'm leaving out the point that you're not supposed to mix GHB and alcohol. It is
That is the whole, like, the roofie scenario. You know what I mean?
potentially fatal. You may have known this if you didn't. It can be. At this point, I am on 13 or 14 drinks, right? Like, and it's liquor, like, vodka drinks, and I'm just pounding them. I get the 9 shots into me, and then I walk back into the bar, and I'm like, what's up, everybody? Like, they're like, where does all this personality
Missing
come
it.
from? Natural, man. So, and then I sat down. I remember sitting down, and the girlfriend came and she sat on my lap, and then lights out. Like, I just don't remember anything. Like, I went to sleep. All I remember is that I wake up, and I'm looking at lights on a ceiling, right?
God? That's on God?
I'm just like, oh shit. Is this heaven? And then I see a woman come into frame, right? Because I'm laying on my back. I can't talk. I can't move my arms. And this woman goes, hey, Tom, you are in the emergency room and you overdosed on drugs and now you're coming out of a coma. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Like,
He was in a coma? For how long?
processing it, but the process literally was just eyes closed, like, oh, shit. And my only thought was like, I hope nobody knows. That's the only thing I'm thinking. I hope nobody knows. And then I open my eyes again, and my parents come into frame.
Oh, strike 2.
And then I'm like, everybody knows. And they look so just like, we thought you were a good kid. What the fuck? So
That's how my grandparents felt when in high school I did 4 tabs of acid, which a very long story for another time. But I did 4 tabs of acid, and at one point during the trip, I was trying to hide it from them, and I was in the basement, and it got to the point where I was like, I can't hide this anymore. I just went upstairs and just straight up confessed. It was just like, I need to get this off my chest right now. Bro, and my grandpa was, bro, he just kept saying, you don't have to confess everything right now. You don't have to confess. I was like, bro, I just want to talk. Like, stop telling me to stop talking.
Oh, I'd never been in trouble. They won't let your arm out because I pull out the tubes. I have a tube for breathing. I have another tube that's pumping liquid charcoal into my stomach because that makes the chemicals and the drugs like come together, and then you also can't digest it, so you vomit, which is what they want you to do. So as I'm like, I'm also like, I'm throwing up, right? So they give me a piece of paper and a pen that I can't really write normally because I'm strapped down, but I can kind of scratch. And they're like, what did you take? Because they're trying to figure, they don't even know what I took. So I write, heroin. And they go, are you serious? And I write, JK.
Yeah, think about it. If you say the worst thing when you bring it down a little bit, they're gonna be like, okay.
Right? They're not like, good one. They're like, what the fuck, you joking? So, then the kid in me, I'm looking at my parents and I'm like so worried about them. I write on the paper, I go, are you mad at me? And my parents, at that moment, my dad reads it and he goes,
I don't know who you guys are, Synchro.
no, buddy, just disappointed. And I'm like,
Wait, what did they say?
And I'm like, when my dad reads it, he goes, me. And my parents, at that moment, my dad reads it and he goes, no, buddy, just disappointed. And I'm like,
You're coming out from the overdose coma and you get hit with the, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
can you save that for when I'm breathing on my own? Like, so I'm in that emergency, or I get moved to critical, then ICU. In the ICU, a doctor comes in who I hadn't seen yet, and I'm later told this is the doctor. They tell me this is the doctor that saved your life. So I'm sitting there in the bed, and he comes in and he goes, "Are you in a band?" And I was like, "What, man? What?"
Does he look like he's in a band? No offense, but does he look like he's in a band?
And he goes, "Are you in a band?" And I was like, "No, I'm not in a fucking band." And he goes, "Well, you had enough in you to take down 2 drum players and a bass player, man." And I'm like, "You now with the fucking jokes, really?" And I go, "Well," he goes, "What did you take?" And I go, "I had, I don't know, I took a couple pills." I told him honestly, I had some drinks. And I took, you know, some GHB, probably enough for like a lot of people.
I just took like you know, some a little bit like a lot of GHB.
And he goes, "What about the heroin?" And I go, "No, I was just joking." And he goes, "No, you have heroin in your system." And I was like, "Really?" And he was like, "Yeah, you have heroin, you have cocaine, you have PCP." He's like, "You also have the same chemicals that are in like cleaners, like some of the super duty cleaners." And I'm like, "What the?"
He's like, yeah, basically, if you can find it on the periodic table, we found it in your stomach, gang.
Fuck, man. And he goes, "Where'd you get your GHB from?" And I go, "One of my buddies from high school." He's like, "Hey, he's a good friend. He gave you some fucking WD-40 to put in your system." So I eventually get to breathe on my own and all this shit. And then he comes back, and they're like, the nurse tells me the doctor that saved you wants to talk to you. And I'm like, all right. And
Here we go
I
again.
asked him, like, how did I survive? And he was like, honestly, because you're fat. Like, you're pretty fat. And I was like, what, man? And he goes, I mean, a smaller person would definitely, like a 120-pound person would die halfway through this. This is just one of the only times where it's good to be fat, right now. And that's why I still haven't lost the weight, you guys.
See, when people are pro, like, body positivity and everything, they need to think about stuff like this. There are good reasons to be fat. That was funny. That was good. This is not happening, so still really good. Alright, I remember why I had an addiction to them for a while. We might check out some more in the future. But as always, if you're watching on the YouTube video after, come check out the stream sometime. Let me know anything else you might want me to react to. And we're about to move on to the next one.